Currently it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm heading up to Peak District actually to see Jak and Emily at their latest serviced accommodation. And then I'm heading up to Leeds to see Sam and Zach, and then heading all the way home. So long day on the road. Let's get to it. So I'm just in the Peak District. This is my mentee's new property, Jak and Emily, secured on a rent-to-rent basis. So let's go inside and find out all about it. Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah, grab my coffee and then we'll go for a little walk.
Yeah.
So, perfect. Thank you very much. So straight away as you walk in, is this kind of what you go for, like the orange and greens?
This is completely new to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously the other property we've got is a very subtle lime, like light green.
Literally like the same colour as the cup.
Yes,
Okay.
that. So, and obviously then we've got more divan beds and other stuff in there where this is more like metals and blacks and oranges and greens and gold a little bit, but it all kind of works together.
We wanted to work with the cottage feel of it and sort of bring the warmth in. I feel like it's worked quite well where it's finished anyway.
Quite a lot of cottages around here are very modern, so we kind of wanted to keep a little bit of modernness to it, but
with the features.
With the feature, and nobody's gone for the kind of like, oh, that's a nice colour. They've all gone for the basic white.
Yeah, it looks so nice. It does look really nice.
So,
yeah, not many people would put orange and green together, but it looks so nice.
Yeah, it was actually your mum that suggested this sofa, and then we had some green in the bedroom as well, so we were like, just go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did now.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Awesome.
We struggled for sofas as well because we were kind of like, there were loads of greys and we were thinking, would grey work? And we're thinking, might do, but then, luckily this green did come up. Obviously it just fell right, didn't it? But if not, it would have had a grey sofa, and I don't think it would have given the same feel if we had a grey sofa now looking at it.
No, you're right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, walk us through, show us around.
Right, so we've got kitchen in here, obviously selling it up in the air. Hopefully it should be fully done today.
Yeah.
So the dining table is a big black bench going here, what can fit about 6 to 8 people on. That's getting delivered very shortly. These 2 chairs are all going to go in the boot and welly room once that's had a bit of a lick of paint. So we're just optimising some of the furniture what they've left just to minimise costs.
Yeah.
Obviously the cabinet there, we painted that. There's a dresser upstairs in the bedroom which we'll show. That was just tucked in the cupboard where the cleaners were, just wasted, but again a beautiful piece of wood.
Yeah.
Just clean that up and it works well in that bedroom.
And just changing the handles in the kitchen makes a big difference.
Yeah, so obviously we're going to varnish or paint this. Probably going to varnish this just to match the handrail going down. Again, a little bit of safety, but again, a little bit of a feature coming into the kitchen. Because with the black, the creams, the whites, and obviously when we put deco up, a few pictures and I think that'll be it.
Looks really nice. I mean, it's really bright as well, actually.
Yeah,
it is.
That one window lets a lot of light in, doesn't
I
it?
think because of there's no proper roof on the conservatory, it's quite bright, isn't it? It's all white in there, so it's quite bright.
Oh yeah, it goes deeper than I thought.
Took that shower off. These pictures are going to go on it. We've just got to get a bit of a lick of paint around there. We're going to re-silicone all around the kitchen just to make it fresh. So a new cooker, a new oven.
Yeah.
That needs levelling because it's just how it's being situated. It's kind of a little bit of an angle into it.
For you to make a list of what we
I know, yeah. I feel like I just need loads to do.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Into the bathroom. Again, we've kind of got with the orange theme, had a little bit of colour.
Yeah.
A bit of deco in here.
That looks great.
So yes.
Pretty nice and bright, clean.
That's it. And then obviously into the garden.
I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting, because it's kind of dark stone,
Yeah.
like in the middle of a really...
Well, the York stone...
It's really nice and bright and clean and...
It does feel
The York stone is about 300 plus year old, what's on the floor.
Yeah.
So like I said, this is going to be the welly room, boot and welly room.
Dog room.
Dog room. And then the garden is a good little sized garden, really.
Oh, yeah.
We're also going to... We've had that obviously structural secure, should we say. So we can people come on bikes and other stuff, they can put the bikes in there.
Yeah.
It's full of cardboard at the moment, but
Nice.
So
walk us through upstairs then, show us the bedroom. So this is the York stone you're talking about?
Yeah, so this is like I said, it's about 300 plus year old.
Yeah.
Well, it's as old as the house.
So it's as old as the house, yeah. We have, the person who owned the property, he has sent us a couple of photos of what it used to be. It used to be a company called Wrights, and they've had it for many, many years.
So this bedroom is massive.
Yeah, it's
It is really nice, actually. Yeah.
I say you're not getting the full effect because obviously we put our bedding on because we stopped last night.
Yeah. Everyone stays in the SA whilst kitting it out, so absolutely. So how did this room look before?
It just didn't have the paneling. It was just all.
So you installed the paneling?
Yeah,
it looks really good.
Yeah.
It had a bloke bed chucked in that corner for the person who who still owns it. He used to stop obviously meet his friends and family, and he had this really crappy camping bed in that corner, didn't it? And because it were all cream, it just looked horrible, didn't it?
It was just plain. It was just there was nothing to it. So we were just going to paint the wall, but then you said about paneling, didn't you? So my father-in-law's helped him do that. So
looks great.
Yeah.
Trouble
Just adds a bit more to it, doesn't it?
The wall kind of like bows in a little bit because they're all cottages, they're all the floors.
Does it?
So you've kind of like, to try and get it level, you can't really see it until you pull the bed out, but you can see the skirts.
Oh no, you can see it.
And if you look at the floor like bows down.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like you can see like this cabinet is like on the one foot, it's because of the floor, because it's just an old house.
So we're debating how we can lift that up a little bit, only by about an inch, just to kind of bring it a little bit more level. But if we can't, we can't.
Let's have a look at that.
But obviously, I had all the big fitted wardrobes already in, so one good thing with that, again, we didn't have to mess about, and that could probably put everybody's clothes in the property here, just in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'd just be right, everybody coming in here all the time to get dressed and everything else. So, on to the next.
Can't be forgetting my coffee.
Again, there's pillars to go on this. We only bought 4 pillars initially to do all the photos, and I ordered some better ones.
Yeah. So, how did this look before?
Again, just all cream. It was just this antique cream. There was no colour to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Horrible light shades, weren't they, and all? Just the
just
horrible mucky
old.
light shades.
Doesn't take much, does it? Because you put in a coat rack, black, orange, done.
Yeah.
And it just makes it look so nice.
Well, you say that, you make it sound really easy. You make that sound like we've not really done much, but that orange took a lot of coats, let's put it that way.
So we were just discussing stairgates, and it's just simple little tasks that take ages. Like thinking about how to do it, and then actually going out buying the materials, painting wood, it just takes so long.
You kind of have a vision, and you kind of want to put that on paper, but then as you start working, you kind of realise certain things don't work, and you think, right, we need to readjust that. And then when we went to pick the paint, because obviously our daughter's obsessed with pumpkins, and we were like, oh, that'd be quite a nice colour, that. And then when we kind of followed, obviously went to get the colour, the bloke at the place said to us, this is probably the worst colour you can use to cover anything. We were like...
I can see now, actually, whilst we're studying it, you can just see the line.
The lines.
Just see his painted at the top.
Ah, yeah.
Hang on, let me get that.
Just turn the lights off so people can't see.
Yeah.
But what he's done, the bloke before, he's just lined everything with lining paper, and then he's just like whitewashed it, but cream washed it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So really, it was just pointless taking it all off. We've had to probably re-plaster it all and drywall it all, and it just cost a fortune.
She wanted to paint it white, but I said just stick with the cream. We'll touch the cream up. So we've got the exact cream, and we've just been touching the cream up.
Exactly.
Because otherwise.
Right, on to the last.
Might have taken about 5 years.
On to the last one. So again, a nice double bed. The piece of wood there.
That's what he left.
That's what he
left. We've used that in the end.
Yep.
So we just cleaned it up, and it just kind of works well with everything what's in here. Obviously, we've still got a blinds board, which is coming up probably tomorrow. But that's this room done then. Just get a really good hoover, let the cleaners come in, and it's ready for potential guests, should we say?
Yeah.
Potential guests.
So 3 beds, sleeps 6 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great size actually. So let's go downstairs, sit down, get comfy, and find out all about it. Okay, so what did life look like before you found Rent to Rent?
We could have said stress-free.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, it is stressful setting it up. I think that you have your arguments, especially when you're trying to get stuff done. But obviously before it was just sort of, I only work part-time because I've got Olivia, so I only work 2 days, and it's sort of filling that void, that money void basically, that, obviously going from a full-time wage to less than half really. It's a big difference. So I think it was more, we were looking for something that you could drop your hours. I can comfortably live off working part-time or even, you know,
Yeah.
fully coming out of it altogether. And it was just like, what is it? What can we do? So obviously you came across Rent to Rent, and well, the rest is history, really, isn't it? So,
because we own another business as well. It's not so much dropping hours. You like it's when you own a business, it's 24/7 anyway. So then I was thinking, like, we've got a little girl, then we're having another baby now. I kind of don't want to be grafting my arse off basically for the same money where I can do Rent to Rent and earn the same money, if not more money, doing that. You know what I mean? I'm quite happy sitting behind a computer on phone dealing with other bits rather than thinking I'm at someone's house for 3 hours, or I'm doing this for 5 hours, or I'm up and down stairs. You know what I mean? I'm getting older now, and I kind of want to.
What do you do for a business?
So I've got a carpet upholstery and hard floor cleaning business. So obviously we are established as well. So we're busy all the time. It just never stops. And then I was like, do I just sell the business and then focus mainly on this, or do I get somebody employed? But I feel like I want to pursue this more.
So you was actually referred to the program, weren't you?
Away, yeah.
So when you come across Rent to Rent initially, what was your thoughts?
I thought it was a really good idea. I did all my research.
I was a sceptical one.
Yeah.
I was skeptical when I first found it. I was like,
I was
there's a
just
stig here.
Yeah.
I was just on TikTok, because obviously, like most people, you're on TikTok just going through it all, and I come across somebody who'd been on your program. Obviously, I won't mention the name, but she never really stated who she kind of been mentored by. She just started saying, "Oh, I've done this, I've done that. I'm gonna start doing a few lives," because obviously she got the followers to go live. And I thought, I'll just kind of like watch it. And while she was doing the live, I were always banging the questions, and she was like, oh, da da da, and I was like, I want to get into this. So we kind of like thought,
do it on our own, didn't
yes, we kind of sort of,
really go to plan.
yeah.
So you did try it by yourself?
Yeah.
We did.
How did you get on? Walk us through every single, I want to know every single, I didn't know that.
Well, we got one viewing. It was a 1 bed in Bakewell. Yeah, it was lovely. It was furnished, and it was nicely furnished as well.
Yeah.
And then because we didn't have a clue what we were doing, we didn't know anything about contracts and anything really, did we? So we did lose it, and obviously looking back, I'm glad we did, because it was only a 1 bed. But you know, we didn't have a clue what we were doing.
No.
So then after that got sort of rejected, if you like, I just went, I was like, oh, yeah, it's not going to work, that's it, you know, that's not going to work. So then we were looking at different courses, well, you were.
Yeah.
I was very sceptical. I was like, oh God, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to pay out. And I was just like, you know, what do we actually do? And then...
The trouble is when you start looking into this more, you don't realise how many people jump on it to start messaging you. Like, I just started sort of following a few people on Facebook or TikTok. Next thing, you just bombarded, boom, boom, boom. Jump on my course, do this, do that, this. I'll phone you this, I'll phone you that. And you're like, I've only liked one of your pages, or I've only asked you a question on Facebook. I don't kind of want you to feel like you've got.
Did I do that?
No, you didn't. You didn't actually.
Take note, coaches.
But I just felt like, flipping hell, I didn't know if they were genuine or not, and I'm one of them. I can kind of read people quite well, and I was a bit like, I don't really trust people like who force something on you.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like if you're forcing it on you, it's not working. They're just trying to get that money.
We had a meeting with 3 people, including yourself. The first one wasn't even him. It was somebody that worked for him. That put us off straight away.
He's quite an established person, so you know who it is and all. I'll tell you after the name.
But that put me off straight away. I was like, we're joining your programme, we want to speak to you.
Yeah.
So straight away I was like, no, you're alright, thanks. And then the other bloke, he were alright.
He were nice actually.
But
yeah.
There was no like there was nobody recommending him. There was nothing. It was like he'd just come out of thin air. Like there was no reviews, no recommendation. You know, like you've got your videos and stuff of people sort of talking about their experience. Like he didn't have any of that, and I was like, is he legit? It made me question. I know he is now, but it made me question whether he was legit. And obviously with you, it was a case of you've got a lot of people talking about their experience, real people. Obviously, it took us a while to make that decision because, you know, it is a big chunk of money, but then you've got to look at that long term goal
Yeah.
of what you wanting to get out of it, and actually how much money you're going to make from learning what we've learned on the program.
And Ivan as well. Ivan's been brilliant. He's really knowledgeable. He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I messaged him, he'd just get back to me and say, I understand he's got a life and he's busy, but he'd just say, look, or he'd drop me a voice note. So Ivan's really good in it all. He's spot on. Obviously, we don't really deal with Dan, so obviously we don't do HMO.
Yeah.
But if we are thinking of going into that route somewhere down the line, because I'm never going to cross it off.
The HMO, and he was good at
Yeah.
when we went on it on the call. He answered
Yeah.
questions that we were asking and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't end up going with it, did we? But
Okay, so you onboarded with us.
Yeah.
Eventually, because you.
It was me. He was all for it. It was me.
Yeah.
I'm the one that thinks about things.
Because you didn't actually join the call, did you? Or you popped your head in and then.
I was very much like, no, you're all right.
Yeah, we've had 2 calls. I'm not.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
So I left
okay.
you to it, and I think I spoke to you so that you could tell me the main.
Yeah, come on through. Yeah. So we're live on the BBC.
We just put loads of money on lottery, that's why we're getting interviewed.
Yeah, I just need to know if we get some bits from the merchant because it's broken that, so...
Yeah.
What, is it the system?
Yeah.
What about the tap?
The tap, I'm going to get you some new cartridges for that as well.
Oh, so you don't need
Yeah.
tap changing then?
No, not tap.
Oh, sound.
Yeah, the water's off at the minute, is that okay?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
We'll be back in about 20
Yeah, we might leave you a nice point toilet in a bit then.
You can include all of that.
You're probably like, what is going off in there?
Yeah, so this is how it is. As contractors in and out, you know.
Yeah.
So you join the program. What was the first few weeks of the program? How did because you took a while to decide.
Yeah, we
then
kind
you were
of...
in, and then you see full visibility of everything. So what was running through your mind then?
We just kind of wanted to get going, but I feel like we were kind of running before we could walk, if that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like because we've already done it a little bit, or dipped his toe, and I thought, oh, we know it all, we just need this and this, but in hindsight we didn't know it all because
You
we
were
didn't.
making calls before we did.
Hour off.
The online course and what have you, and I was just just wait, let's just do it all, and then we know what we're doing then.
Yeah.
So, you took it seriously, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But as soon as we kind of did the training, because obviously Ivan and yourself and a few was like, look, do your training, grasp everything, how to do things, kind of follow the program, and then you can kind of hit the ground running. And we did. As soon as we kind of smashed that in about 2 nights, maybe 3 at a push.
Yeah.
We did all the training, and once we kind of knew it, it were in straight away. Yeah. It weren't like, oh, we've got to keep going back, can't keep going back. And then we just kind of hit the ground running, didn't we? We were off.
So how did you find the training? Was it clearly
easy?
laid out?
Yeah.
Easy. I felt like it was just straightforward. You just listened to the information that you needed, and then it was just putting it all into perspective then.
Yeah.
And that were it.
Yeah. So I would say fast forward a few weeks. Let's see how you got on, but it wasn't even a few weeks, was it? So what was through the next 10 days? What happened over those 10 days?
So it was actually the first message you sent out.
The very first message, wasn't it? Yeah.
The very first message, and we were trying to get them on the phone.
Was this Rightmove, estate agent, landlord, Gumtree?
Open rent.
Yeah.
Open rent.
Straight to landlord.
Yeah, so we were trying to get them on the phone so that we could explain to them what we were doing. And I think they kind of grasped what we were wanting to ask them before, and they were like, yeah, we're cool with that. And then we went to see it. We explained exactly what we were going to do. They said they had another lady that had come as well, wanting to do the same thing.
Okay, so you had a competitor.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel when you realised there was a competitor and you're brand new, less than 10 days old?
I think
she was brand new as well.
Yeah, I feel like she was brand new, and I feel like because we were a little bit more educated and we had another service to offer, and as well as that to offer the landlord, I feel like it just played into our hand, didn't it? Because we've got another service.
We did build up quite a good rapport with them when we were walking around the house. We were asking about their jobs and sort of getting to know them a bit as well. Because obviously, when you direct a landlord, you do want to know who you're sort of dealing with as well, don't you? So I think by the time we got back to the front door and we're outside the house, they said, "When would you like to take it on?" But they never said you can have it sort of thing. But when they said that, I was like, I've got a good feeling about this. And then it took them just under a week to get back to us, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was that a horrible week of waiting?
Well,
we put another 2 offers in, didn't we?
We did.
So we were like, oh my god, if all 3 come back, like, what the hell are we gonna do?
So in the first 2 weeks of joining brand new, going through the training, you'd made 3 offers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't usually happen like that.
Yeah.
No.
It's really fast.
Yeah.
It is. I think because we just put the time and effort in, because obviously you're saying about making the calls and being persistent.
You were very persistent.
We were very persistent.
Yeah.
I would do 10 calls one day because, like I said, we're working as well.
I could see the data you were putting in.
Yeah, and then I was messaging people at night before we were going to bed, so they could obviously message me today when I got up, and then I would just, some days I was doing 10, and some days I was doing 30, but then sometimes I felt like I was kind of going over some of the same estate agents. I would just kind of, well, I phoned you 2 days ago, I'll just crack on again and just do the same again. And I think they were probably like, oh, it's phone again, no, we haven't got no. But you never know what's going to come through their doors and books.
Emailing us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So fast forward a week, that the landlord, I take it, accepted your offer.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel at the time?
Oh, we're buzzing.
Yeah, we're excited.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
Like it all works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no longer a
when
pipe
I
dream.
first saw the photos, because it was through a landlord, the photos weren't amazing. So I was like, I don't know whether I like that. I didn't realise how close to the centre of where it is as well, that it was. And then when we went, I was like, no, this is like perfect. And then when they said I wasn't even with you, was I? I think I just screenshotted you and sent it you.
Yeah.
And I was with your mum and my mum, weren't I? I was out.
Yeah, you were, yeah. Yeah.
I screenshotted you and sent it you. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. So it was a good feeling to think that we've actually done it. Do you know what I mean? Like we've got
You've got your first deal.
Yeah. And I think it's stressful because I feel like everybody's in the same boat, everybody wants that first deal.
Yeah.
So you feel like even though you're all in the same boat, you're all competing for the same, you're competing for one goal because people probably all look in the same area as you and you're thinking, well, I want that rather than them having it. And not in a horrible way, but it's competitive as well, isn't it? Because we're all a business, unless you're JV with someone, we're all competitors, but still work together. So I feel like I wanted that as much as possible, and obviously it did work, didn't it? Which were good. Yeah. And we're on to 2.
Yeah. So fast forward, because it took you a while to secure your second deal.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Because it took me 3 months to secure 3 deals. At the end, I secured 3 deals, and there was many moments where I'm starting to question myself. Where you secured yours extremely fast, and then we spoke many times. You were almost getting frustrated with, where's our second deal?
I know. Well, we did get offered.
There's no way about it.
Well, we did get offered, and we could have had one pretty much about a week after the first one, but after doing further due diligence, it just wasn't going to work.
There was a couple that we could have had, but they both, it just wasn't.
We had one in Derby. The landlord, the estate agent who owned the estate agent, he was desperate for us to take it. We're like, look, it's just not going to work. There's too many around it.
Asking people that I knew that lived there, and they were like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, and I think where it worked, we're banging the centre, but there were too many SAs just dragging the ADR down. It were like 99 quid. You were like, it's not going to work.
Demand is high, but competition is also high. You need to go demand high, competition low.
And then we've had loads. We not had loads of, but we've had quite a few offers in people saying, take it. But again, it's about due diligence. If you don't do it right, you can.
Yeah, you got to go off data.
Exactly.
Got to go off data.
So,
quite a few greedy landlords as well. I think.
Yes.
Had a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
There's estate agents promising landlords that last year was this market and now it's this market. We can get you £1,800 for a 2-bed. Literally, I sat on Zoom a couple of days ago with a mentee, and they're going for a 2-bed, and it's £1,800.
Wow.
And we've done the due diligence, and in the area it's £1,200 average rent. And the landlord has been told by many agents, we can get you £1,800. I'm like, well, why hasn't he rented it out then?
That just shows you that he's either somebody's going to be daft to pay it, or eventually he's going to have to drop it into.
It depends on the location. £1,800 would be cheap in London, but this location wasn't cheap, and it's happening everywhere. Everywhere. Estate agents are over-promising, and then it gets to the last minute, landlords panic. That's when we step in. Yeah. And now as well, with the new Section 21 laws, it might fall in our favour now, because they might be more hesitant about taking long-term tenants on, because obviously now they can have pets, they can do this, they can do that. They can't put no restrictions in now. They pretty much do what they want. Yeah.
So with yours as a business, they only have to give us technically 30, maybe 60 days, 30 days notice and 30 days to get out, which, touch wood, that never happens like, but that makes it more visible for them to, as a business, to be
Exactly,
I'm getting
the
money.
business.
More control.
Yeah, more control.
Don't qualify for tenant rights. It's
No.
an amazing
No.
benefit going forward. Okay, so your first property, how much did that profit you guys?
We were averaging between about 8 and 12,500. That's what we're averaging.
Profit.
A month profit.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
this one looking like? So what's the rent on this one?
£1,000.
£1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
And we also got just under 5 weeks rent free.
We've got
As well.
a full month.
That's insane. £1,000 for a 3-bed in this location.
Yeah.
5 weeks rent free. Okay, how the hell did you negotiate that?
Um,
Is that the going rate, £1,000?
To
No.
be fair, actually, no.
No, that is-
It's a bit hard because there's not a lot to rent round here.
So you'd instantly think a family would snatch it?
Yeah.
No?
Well, he didn't advertise it.
How did you find it? Oh, contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, like I was saying earlier, one of my customers, it's her husband's property.
Yeah.
And obviously he owns a couple obviously round here, and he was born round here, so he knows other people in this area. And it just I was just mentioning it, saying this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to get into more property. And he just went, oh, my husband's got a couple of properties, and then it just fell from there. I didn't think he'd be interested in it because, like I said, I've never met him before, but obviously I know his wife really well, and she says, oh, he's not really money orientated, because they've got money as well. He's not really money orientated. He might not be interested. He's a bit like, not bothered. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll send you my details over, have a look at our website. You know me, obviously you haven't met my wife, but we can always come and have a look at it and go from there. So I sent it all across to her, like, and I left it about a week, and I messaged her saying, it's only Jack, like, as your partner to look at it. She went, he hasn't dismissed it, but they had obviously a bit of a family issue, obviously a bit of a death. Give us a few weeks and we'll come back to you. So I thought, all right, no worries. And we'd just come back from Cornwall, aren't we? And then she messaged me saying,
No, we're just going.
we're just going to Cornwall. Hi, Chris is interested in this. Do you want to come and have a look at property? And we're like, yeah.
She messaged on the Monday. We came up on the Wednesday evening, and I think his only concern really was, is everything okay for us?
Yeah.
The property. So he'd already made his decision that he was happy with what was happening.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, I'll change this for you. We've had a new fire. We fitted a new fire, new oven, new hob. Is
He's had all boiler serviced. He's even said about with the toilets, you're having that meant to have that fixed. They were like, right, I'll pay for the toilet to be done. So we're like, Sam will just get tapped on then. So he's a really nice bloke. And then he's had the shed all stabilised. You know what I mean? I'll get that sorted out for you. Like, just no extra cost.
He didn't really have any questions for us. He'd already made his decision.
Yeah.
The only question he had was, what happens with the bills? And we said, oh, we take the bills. And I think that just fully sold it for him at that point.
Yeah, well, when we first come into the property, there were them 2 chairs, what's going to be in the boot room, and 2 other little chairs and this horrible red rug, what's in there as well. And we kind of sat here, didn't we? Had like a little meeting, and they were just like...
some fold-up chairs, so all 4 of us sat here in the dog.
Yeah.
we were just like...
And we were just like, right, we just got down to business, and I just went, what do you want for this place? Because we kind of said, look, we looked at the rent, but like I said, they don't stop around long round here.
Sort of judge
so hard.
What was the going rate?
They are averaging about 12.5 to 16.5 plus,
depends,
give or take. And he kind of went, what about 1,100? I went, no.
And
so
then we sort of bartered and we said, well, you said, why don't we say 1,000?
See how we go.
See how we go. We'll review it at 12 months. And then you was like, and I'll come and clean your carpets for free.
There you go.
And that's all it.
She was like, Christine were like, yeah. And then we're like, right, we'll go on holiday. Here we're going on holiday.
He owns this place outright. He's had nobody in it for 4 years. So if anything, it's just costing him money with bills and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, he's the type of landlord that is going to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So really, that £1,000 we're paying him, that is just
spending money. And they don't need the money.
Retired,
you know what I mean?
I don't think... There was no question when we said 1,000.
He's the type of landlord that would accept it, definitely.
And one good thing with that is, he's from this area. He knows other people in this area. He knows other people who've probably got properties as well. He can. They've already seen the photos what we put on to show them. So look, because they want to see how it looks, and they were just like, wow, it looks amazing. And I think give this a few months when it's up and running, he'll be straight onto his mates and people saying, look, what are you doing with your property? Oh, nothing. Well, why don't I have a word with Jack and Emily for you? And then that'll be our way in.
Done.
And that's what we want.
So I was saying to Jack and Emily, I've actually stayed in this town, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning.
It is.
So we won't drop the location. That's for you guys to do your own due diligence and find the properties.
And I think they'll struggle at that because they're very hard. Very hard. We wouldn't have got here if we didn't know someone.
Got this, we wouldn't have
No, this is a very small place, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not like a city.
No.
But how busy it is, it's like a city, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Yeah. So okay, we've got the rent. What's your utilities looking like?
So all in all, with rent, we're looking at 1,500.
Okay, and your nightly rate?
We are from 250 up to 500.
So you need 6 nights to break even.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Definitely,
If that. At the moment, we're probably be £300 a night.
Yeah.
Weekends, we're £400 a
Depends what
night.
month and stuff like that. Like we've gone off what's in the area. I mean, there's a lot to go off in this area, so it was quite easy to do.
Yeah.
And we've just sort of undercut it just a little bit whilst we're
100%. £1,000 rent.
Well, our
It's
competitor
mental.
is next door and they're with Sykes. So we're just thinking, right, and she's a 6, maybe 7 bed, like maybe with the Z bed. And we're thinking, right, if they can offer that, then we can just slightly go underneath that. And then there's one across the road, there with Sykes. There's a lot of Sykes round here. So they're all obviously paying 23%. So we're thinking, right, we can undercut them by 50 quid a night. Then it works in our favour.
Yeah. Okay. So profit margins. What do you think?
I don't know.
Well, we basically said, so like I say, so around here you're talking £750 to £800 for 3 nights. So we're doing 3 nights minimum. Our minimum that we need to get to earn £1,000 a month is £600 for 3 nights.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
you're talking £1,000 plus.
Yeah, profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. probably,
If this doesn't make £2,000 plus, between £2,000 and £3,000 profit a month, I'd be gobsmacked.
I bet it does. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
It might even do more than that because in some of the, especially in summer next year, for 3 nights, you're talking £1,600 for 3 nights in this area.
Yeah.
And that's for Emily's birthday in August.
I'd say on a
£600.
On a weekend, you're talking.
Let's hope the landlord doesn't discover this video and figure out those profits.
To be honest, I don't think he were bothered.
No, we sort of told him what he was doing. He was like, yeah, I thought about it, but I can't be bothered with it.
Yeah.
That's basically
This is what I mean. He's the type of landlord that will accept
Yeah.
a rent to rent. Can't be bothered. No mortgage.
Yeah.
Businessman.
Got plenty of money.
Plenty of money.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. Just
He
wants
just
to look after.
he just wants to go on his holidays with his mates, go away with his wife.
Guaranteed rent. Look
Guaranteed
after.
rent.
Tick.
Yeah.
Tick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So, how has the mentorship been?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Good, yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
And we wouldn't be where we are now with 2 properties if it wasn't.
No, no. And obviously we've met loads of different people on this journey. Obviously become friends with a few different people on this journey as well. Maybe one day we might JV with them people. It all depends on what happens in the pipeline. But yeah, I think, like you said, if we haven't gone down this route,
Well, it doesn't
don't
end,
know.
does it? We've not really. Yes, the heavy side of it, getting your business launched, the mentoring, the 4 months one-to-one support, and then now you're in the legacy program.
yeah.
So nothing really changes. We're still here,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
hanging about.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of mentorships struggle to grasp the idea of ongoing support, where
Yeah.
you guys really just need a simple question asked
Yeah.
in a community
Yeah.
of serious people there.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's where you are now. So you're not really left on your own. Okay, so what's your plans going forward?
I want to scale. I want to scale now. Maybe I want to scale a bit too much because I've always...
No, we both want to scale. Obviously, we're having another baby. So once this property's done, that's it until next year. We're not
Yeah.
looking at anything else
bet you do.
now.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
physically, this has been very draining for me and for you. But obviously, being 20 odd weeks
Yeah, but you
pregnant
have...
has been a lot.
You
so-
know what? I have to give you credit though because even though you're 23 weeks pregnant, you've cracked on, you've painted, you're screwing and drilling and...
Conversation.
I
know
got
what
a
I mean?
video of her drilling.
That's it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And she's not bad at work, are you really? Like especially like
DIY.
general DIY. Yeah, you're not bad at it. So she just cracks on.
I overheard a conversation between you and Ian, and it was like, oh, she's just getting stuck in, isn't she? Like, because I think he said something like, oh, how's Emily? Like, I bet she's knackered. And he was like, oh, she's just getting stuck in. And he was like, yeah, she's not bothered, is she? She's just getting stuck in. I'm laying on the floor, painting the skating board. I'm not bothered, like, I just crack on.
There'll be little steps, messing about.
Yeah.
But this, obviously, the vision in the property is, majority has come from you on it.
Yeah.
So probably 90%, I just put my little 10 pence in now and then. But
yeah, so we're leaving it till next year, once baby's born. And then when he's sort of old enough to get to a point where we feel comfortable going again. We'll start again and get another one, basically.
I'm thinking probably March, April, me. I'd like to start March, April, so I'm thinking with that time of year now where it depends on where you are, things are quieting down for some people. Get the January, February out of the way, which is the quiet periods. See how everything happens with the new laws, what come in, and then at least then March, April, get straight on it, and then see what we can do for that. And then we're then prepared and ready for summer, so we can get you straight on it, and then push it right up until Christmas again, until obviously the next.
It also gives us time to build up like a back funds in the business as well. Because you know, we have joint ventured with people on this one. So it gives us a chance to have that option on the next one if we don't want to. We don't have to. It can just be ours. So obviously the area that we are in, you know, winter is still very, very, very busy. You're talking literally like there's no weekends available at any places around here. So we know we're going to build up that funds over the winter to then be like, right, we're going to chuck this straight into another property.
Yeah, nice. So what's the biggest takeaway from the mentorship and learning exactly what you know now? What has been the biggest takeaway for you guys?
Just be patient, I think.
Yeah.
It works. Just keep doing what you're being told to do, because it does work. It might take you 10 days, it might take you 3 months, it might take you 5 months. Like it does work.
I feel like you've also got to put the time and effort in.
Yeah.
Like what you do see a lot of people, I think they feel like it's just going to come to them. Like, oh, I met one phone call.
There's a lot of online gurus make it sound so easy. And then when they come to me, I'm like, no.
Exactly. I feel like you've just got to, like what you were saying about the phone calls and putting the time and effort in. If you don't do that, you're not going to get anywhere. And you might feel like, oh, it's a lot of pain in the arse. But if you're joining this program, then you'll then want to be going somewhere in regards to creating a business. So why not put that effort into then, for sake of say, it takes 2 weeks and you think, God, I've phoned 100 people a day and I've done this, I've done that. But in them 2 weeks, you could have 2, 3, 4, 10 properties. You never know, depends on how much you want.
Who you're going to pick up the phone to next. You don't know whether that next person you speak to is going to be first property.
And I tell everybody, and obviously with this property, me speaking to someone from my other business has led us to have this one in a fantastic area with loads of potential. And every property I go to, or everybody, even if I'm out, I'll just say, oh, I'll do this, and you never know what they might turn around and say. Well, I've got some properties. You just don't know.
Yeah.
So just mention it to everybody. If people go, oh, I'm not interested. So what? But I'm interested.
You can hear him on the phone, you know, like when we've been here, and like he'll be like, "Oh, can you do that?" And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just at my Airbnb at the minute. I'm just kitting it out. You know, we're gonna go live." And and you can just hear him telling them about.
He's proud, you know, because you have worked hard.
It does make me laugh though, because there is a managing company throughout the UK who phone me regular in regards to going to clean their properties, and they know what I do as well. And he phones me all the time, doesn't he?
He literally did a job for him like yesterday.
Yeah, I did a job for him yesterday. But and it's just quite funny because I go to their B&Bs and their other properties they own and or rent or manage, whatever. And I think, God, there's just no like input. There's no like ambience of it. It's just very basic. It's rubbish. I just think I don't want mine like this. So I like to look at what they've done and think I want to do better than that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
This is amazing. It's lovely. It's going to be very successful without a shadow of a doubt. It's going to make you a lot of money. There's no touch wood. You got a solid comparable next door. This is a killer place.
And even like all the B&Bs around here, they're all sold out constantly, and they charge a fortune. They're charging like.
So why did you touch wood? It's because it's not known yet, but
Yeah.
you wait.
I'm superstitious. And I like to see results first.
Yeah, I know.
And I
but
feel
that's
like
impossible, isn't it? With
It
any,
is.
Isn't it? Like you wait, you put an offer in, you're waiting for that. You're like, is it going to happen? Isn't it going to happen? Then it happens, and then you're like, right, is it going to be successful? You know, like there's always that. Is it gonna? I mean, our other property, we get a lot of last minute bookings. And I've learnt to deal with that now.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Oh my god,
horrible,
like what?"
It is.
But you know, we get a lot of contractors there, so it's very much they'll get a job like 2 days before, and then they're booking it.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm really used to that now. My anxiety's like lowered a bit. But at first, I was like, "Oh my god, we've got no bookings."
Yeah.
And then they just come in, don't they?
Even though we're live here, I thought somebody'd book it straight away, but we haven't got every photo on yet. Maybe that's why. And I'll be like, oh, what's
but
happening?
you're not live yet. Not really.
No, not really.
It's bookable.
It's
Yeah.
bookable, yeah.
Bookable.
And I thought, oh, it might be that book it straight away. And like I said, we put it on Facebook and we've shared it, and loads of family and friends like,
That's what
wow,
I was
it's
saying.
amazing.
I was saying earlier, I said we've had a lot of family interest.
Yeah, but I think once we have all the photos on properly and it's on a Vivo from tomorrow, which should have been today, but they cancelled it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Maybe that it's on all the platforms, because in this area you do get a lot of international people coming to it. I don't know why. It's just
We were
crazy.
actually sat in the pub on Sunday. We went for Sunday dinner, and I think they were Swedish or something like that, weren't they? And they were like, "Is that a Yorkshire pudding?"
Yeah.
We were like,
And I was like, of course it is, best thing since sliced bread this. And they were like, oh.
and they've never seen.
But we're in the
or
Peak
had-
District.
Yeah, how do you eat it? And I'm like, dip it in your gravy, put your applesauce. I was showing him how
They
to
were
eat it.
literally
And
like,
stuff.
"Oh, you just pick it up." We were like, "No, you just eat it with your dinner." It was
Or
so funny.
if you want to be a bit peasantry, you can be a bit of jam and stuff like that, because people used to back in the day, like a dessert.
We're not in Yorkshire, by the way.
No, we're not in
If
Yorkshire.
that's what, I found it. I cracked it. They're in Yorkshire. Everyone attack Yorkshire.
We went for a Sunday dinner, so everybody has Yorkshire pudding on Sunday now. So
Yeah, there's a lot of international.
yeah, a lot of Americans, a lot of Swedish and Finnish, a lot of Asians coming across here as well.
Yeah. No,
it's
good.
mental. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
why,
crazy.
and it's not a massive place.
No, it's just a huge tourist attraction. So
Yeah.
I mean, okay, anybody watching this, what advice would you give to them if they're considering starting a rent-to-rent business?
I'd say do it.
Emily?
Yeah, I would say do it. So
What, like, your experience, so you were skeptical.
Yeah.
What did you need to go through in terms to make a decision to go for it?
I think the options that you gave us in regards to, I think it was very much, you know, if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. You know, you're not stuck.
Yeah.
And I think I always need that option to back out if I need to.
It was like a try before you buy sort of thing, weren't
and
it?
I think as soon as I started going on the Zoom calls, hearing other people's stories, listening to other people, I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is real. This is, you know, you are a person. That's
It's not
fine.
AI. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think obviously it helped us getting a deal really quickly.
definitely.
I think that was a massive help. But yeah, you know, you're going to be skeptical. You know, it is a lot of money to pay. It is. You know, that was my biggest thing. I was like, it's a lot of money, and it was coming out of your business. It wasn't even coming out of our funds. It was coming out of a business. But it was just, I'm more of a thinker. Like, what is it? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And you're more like, let's just do it. Let's just go for it.
I think-
so. It was a lot. There was a lot of.
So did you have a lot of conflict, a lot of battles about it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
How did you come to that
Well,
conclusion?
it was more like, who do you want to go with? Who do you want to go with? Who do you want to go with? I was like, that's when I started looking at like reviews, recommendation, all your videos and stuff like that. And I was like, well, he's got nothing. He's got nothing at all. Like, there's nothing there.
And I think it's because, another thing as well, a lot of people out there don't necessarily have Google reviews, because obviously, I don't know why, but if you're looking to say book a place or book a tradesperson or whatever, you straight away you're like, go on Google, I better check them out. And obviously, not everybody's got that. So, and I think because my business has got loads of reviews, I'm like, I want somebody like that. And then when we come across you and I was like, oh, he's got the testimonials, he's got all this, he's got people speaking. We could actually see and follow the people that had been on the programme, where there were nobody for nobody else. I was like, these could just be random people just saying, oh, I've got an amazing property, I'm earning £10,000 a day. And you're like,
And like you say, when you're
are you?
paying all that money for a course, you want to know that it's Legit.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you do see a lot of scammers out there. I've seen it on TikTok where people's join programs.
Yeah. People not doing well with the people.
Exactly.
And what they were promised, sort of thing. And
exactly. You see on different ones, and people's joined these programs and mentorships, and then they've took properties on, and then they've just been like 6 grand, 10 grand in debt because they've not had the proper structure, and then they've just gone, oh, they've got a deal, and I've shown them a deal, but then later on down the line, it's not doing anything.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad we joined it, and I feel like now it's just ready to scale up. I think.
Are you glad you joined it?
Yes.
From skeptical.
I am now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, you know.
With this property would give you a return on investment of the whole training in about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that obviously the profit we were making, because we got our property so early, the profit we were making from the property paid for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, although we were like, oh, we're taking this much out of the business, we didn't actually have to, because the property was paying for it.
Yeah.
So,
And now you've got that knowledge to just scale and the ongoing support from still the programme
That's it.
and the community.
And potential then to JV people who might look at us as investors going, oh, they've got a substantial business.
Yeah.
I could do with that little bit of knowledge from them. Why don't you or us join forces and become another unit and then just take properties together? And,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we do.
It's always scary to start something, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, but you took yourself seriously. You took the training seriously. You implement it perfectly. You know, you held yourself accountable. You showed up, did exactly what we asked you to do, and here we are, sat in an incredible property which is going to perform.
Yeah.
I can see it. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, going to kill it.
I hope so. And hopefully we get the one around the corner as well. That'll just be, that's me 3 properties.
I was actually really sceptical about here as well. I think I'm just a sceptical person.
That would change. That would change.
Yeah.
You've never been here as a child, have you? Never.
No, and
so,
I think when he said where it was, I was like, sorry, where? And then we came, I was like, we came on a Wednesday evening, there was nobody about. He's telling me it's like really, really busy. And I'm like, where are we? We're like,
See,
in the middle of nowhere, like, what are we even doing?
I think you're a perfect team because you're a business owner. You know, there is no guaranteed income. You got to get money coming in.
Yeah.
Where you were in a full-time job, stable income.
NHS.
So you're on the complete opposite sides and you're trying to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, really good. And, you know, so you were kind of sold on the business model where you're like, nothing's guaranteed, you know?
Exactly. I feel like because we both come from, Emily's still in the NHS and I were part of the NHS. And obviously when I left to start a business, I was very sceptical then of starting it. But then when I did, I was so glad I did, because it just gave me a completely different life, and about the work-life balance as well. I could pick and choose what I want to do. I could go on holiday tomorrow and think, oh, I don't want to do it, or do whatever I want to do. And then jumping on this again, I'm thinking, if we don't take that opportunity and risk, we'll never know where it's going to lead to. And then if it doesn't work, we've tried it and we can say, it's not for us, let's find something else, or win lottery, I don't know, whatever. But then we've jumped on it, and we're like, it's another business. And we're looking at this now, me personally looking at this now thinking, in years to come, our children may be into this business as well, where they're having that lifestyle they want, or they're kind of thinking, I want to be like my mum and my dad, I want to be into property, or maybe even
entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneur, or maybe even we might start owning properties where they just take that over. So for me, I'm looking at more, I may be jumping ahead, but I'm looking long term in regards to their future now, rather than our future, because we're just kind of creating a stable environment for them. And that's my plan basically.
So have you had any backlash from family and friends?
No, we haven't actually.
No. My mum and my stepdad have joined forces with us on this property. Because when we first mentioned what we wanted to do, my stepdad was like, I love it, I want to be a part of it. And I said, well, if you do, you can always invest. Let us get the first property up and running off the ground, and then let's go from there basically. And we did, and they looked at where other property were, they were like, God, that looks really good. Is it working? We're like, yeah, you just got to put the time and effort in. And then when we come on with this, they were like, I said, do you want to be a part of it? And they were like, yeah, straight away, weren't they? They jumped on it.
They've come up, they've helped childcare.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So one good thing with that as well is, again, my mum and my stepdad, they've got plenty of money as well. So they are vital investors.
Together.
Yes. So if we've said about that, and they said, yeah, not a problem. And they're looking now to move to France, aren't they?
Yeah.
So even if they do move to France,
So this is just going to be that extra bit of
that'll be back pocket
spending
money.
for them. I mean, we sort of what we've sort of put forward to them, and from what they've given us, you know, over that they're going to triple, if not quadruple, their investment over
Yeah.
the next 3 years. So
Yeah.
they're happy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Your actions are changing family life.
Exactly. So we've given them a decent percentage, not overly too much, but enough to show them that, look, this is profitable.
Because it wasn't just they've invested, they've helped.
Yeah, the
Like
time.
a lot of the work in this house, Ian's helped with. Obviously, your mum's watched Olivia. Like, it's not just here's your money, get on with it. They have actually helped us.
We could have done that if we wanted to, but they like,
We wouldn't be halfway.
no, they like to get hands on, because my mum works for NHS. Again, my stepdad, he's got a fencing company. So he's kind of thinking, he's always like, I don't want to work today, I can't be. I think he's just getting to that point now where he's just fed up, he just wants to retire sort of thing. He's quite happy to say, if I earn £400 a week, I'm happy, I'm all right. So I think now he's seeing this as, it's an opportunity where I can earn 400 quid just helping them scale, and I'm still going to make
We were on
same
about
money.
it, weren't we? Because his business has been quiet, and we said, well, you know, this will fill that void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're potentially going to JV in the future with other mentees as well.
Yeah, there's
Definitely.
potential as one or two.
You've actually made a friend for life by the looks of
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like so with Ryan, he's got a property and he's looking to scale as well.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I've always put it to him saying, look, if you ever need us to, we're quite happy to jump on with you and go from there.
Yeah.
But we'll just see what happens in the pipeline.
No.
So
No, that's awesome. So yeah, thank you very much for the coffee. Again,
worries.
this is mandatory. If I come to your property, coffee is a must.
exactly.
So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for
No
having me.
worries.
Yeah.
No worries.